Okay, Tottenham fans, I know you're going to be very, very disappointed that you threw it away against Brighton, but let's just talk about the positives in terms of your club, and it's Brennan Johnson. I mean, this kid is absolutely on fire right now, 6 in 6. And, I just want to talk about it. I can't believe that you as fans have bullied a player into performing to such a high level. Of course, bullying is absolutely, ridiculous. It shouldn't happen at all. But the way that Brennan Johnson has responded to his criticism, the way he's been so mature about it, the way he's just been performing as a whole is just so impressive. I watched the North London derby. Of course, I am an Arsenal fan. And yeah, we won the game, but I do not think Johnson was as bad as Tottenham fans were making him out to be. Sometimes you've got to watch football without looking at the end product. I feel like Arsenal are at a stage in their project where they're far ahead of Spurs. There's going to be times where Arsenal are just continuously winning games, and you just kind of look at it and be like, wow, we actually did play all right. We just didn't finish our actions. And that's been the case with Spurs, this season, last season as well. Towards the end, they had a lot of, sort of opportunities after, it was 3-2. But yeah, this season, Brennan Johnson, I feel like he found himself in great positions. We underestimate how hard it is for professional footballers in a tight game to actually find space, to find opportunities where he's 1v1. I feel like, to be honest, Timber was absolutely unreal for Arsenal on the day. And Brennan, sort of struggled. Sometimes you're just going to give it to the defender for being so good and just realise, I'm just not on that level today to perform, to beat the defender. And that's what happened to Brennan. But ever since then, he's been absolutely unreal. That goal against Coventry in the Carabao Cup is the best thing that could have ever happened to him. And I like the celebration, to be fair. I'm not normally somebody that enjoys seeing arrogant players, but Brennan Johnson deserved it. Having to deactivate his social media accounts, it's not on. A player shouldn't have to do that, but the way he has been playing and the way he finished that chance off against Coventry, Tottenham needed it. Penalties would have just been absolutely atrocious, but he stood up to the plate, showed his potential, and he is a player who I'm a big fan of personally. He has pace to go on the outside, pace to come on the inside, knows how to curve his runs, knows how to attack the back spaces of the box, knows how to receive the balls in some really difficult positions for defenders to defend against. And these sort of things, for someone, he's still so young, he's 23 I think he is, or even 22, to possess these qualities, guys. I mean, come on, Spurs fans, you can't really be disappointed in him. He's still young. Of course, he hasn't scored as many goals as you would have wanted before this brilliant run, but now he's starting to kick it. Now he's starting to hit those levels, and now you're starting to think, wow, we've got a player on our hand. And I feel like the United performance as well, we saw a bit of maturity from him in that game, scoring that tap in, being in the right position at the right time, but also being different in the way he approached the box. That effort which hit the post, I really like the way he shifted his body. He's so quick on it now. He doesn't give the defender a moment's peace, and that sort of comes with confidence, but that sort of comes with, just having that upper hand. As a winger, when you go into a game and you have the defender on the back foot before you even stepped onto the pitch, it's a massive thing. And I feel like that's happening with Brennan Johnson against Brighton, especially in that first half. Defenders are almost coming on the pitch thinking, this guy's in form, we're going to have to watch him, we're going to have to be on our A game, because if we're not, he's going to absolutely hurt us. And to be honest, Brennan Johnson, 6 goals in 6, showing his quality. Spurs fans, you've got a top player on your hands, and of course it's not really what I want to be saying coming from an Arsenal fan, but you've got to appreciate quality, potential, pace, energy, goal scoring threat. He's got all of these things, and with Mikey Moore as well coming through the ranks as well, potentially playing on the other wing. I know Son is out injured at the minute. It's looking good for Spurs, and I know they need to sort out that immaturity, I feel like, in the second half. And I feel like that comes down to Ange Postecoglou, who seems to be quite naive when it comes to his tactics. But for us, for the Premier League fans, he's great entertainment, and I absolutely do want him to stay for that factor. But I feel like for Spurs, he's going to need to adapt at some point. Otherwise, teams are just going to absolutely hurt him, as we saw against Brighton, where, Tottenham threw away those 2 goals. But if you have enjoyed, guys, make sure you hit the like and subscribe, and until next time, peace.